I don't need COVID test, I need rabies. Why is Alex gone feral? Let's find out.
Hi, I am Rachel.
I'm Alex.
I'm Adam. Those of you that know us, we are currently Shop 9 3/4.
Yes.
But that's going to change soon.
Yes.
We are a tattoo and collectible shop. And if you are listening to this, then you probably have been tattooed by one of us, or at least come into the shop.
Or interested in getting tattooed by one of us.
Wondering what our jam is.
Yeah.
Who we are as individuals. Who you're going to have to hang out with for anywhere from an hour to
Like
6.
6 hours.
People choose to hang out and pay us to hang out with us for that amount of time, so that's...
And now they're going to choose to listen to us, which, like, God knows why you would.
Maybe. I feel like people listen to us a lot. So.
Yeah, they do.
All right, so we're just going to talk about some stuff going on at the shop and what we've been watching and listening to and all the good nerdy news that we've got, and hopefully you guys will be interested in hearing us.
And maybe have some recommendations and... Yeah.
I don't think we've quite decided how frequently this is going to happen, but hopefully, once a month, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see how we go.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
As much as you guys kind of want to listen to us
exactly.
ramble on about stuff, really.
Yeah. It's all in their hands. We're putting the power to them.
You might
power
just
to
be
the
like,
people.
never do that again.
No.
Never
It's
do
the
that
one and
again.
done.
So yeah, we are currently Shop 9 3/4, but we're changing that soon.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like the big announcement because we asked people what they thought.
Yeah,
We did, and we got lots of good responses.
Absolutely fantastic, well thought out, very kind responses.
Yeah, there was
from-
not one mean response,
No.
which we were really happy about.
Yeah.
And there was
Really
no one
good.
picketing outside our doors being like, "You better change."
No.
Yeah, no, that was just no one forced us to change. We just thought it might be a nice thing to sort of do, and for us, it's kind of an exciting opportunity
Like
to be more creative.
rebranding, yeah.
We can step away from one particular fandom, I guess, because we're all such big fans of lots
So
of
many
things.
different things.
Yeah, we can.
And yeah, doesn't help that J.K. Rowling is just doubling down on the bad
Yeah.
stuff she's saying.
Yeah,
So
that's never going to be good.
No.
That's never going to be good. So yeah, whilst we totally understand for people who want to get Harry Potter tattoos, and we will still do them, and we still love Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not going to judge anyone who wants to get Harry Potter tattoos because they're super fun and we like doing them. But for us, it's just more about taking a step back and making us represent more fandoms.
Yeah.
And supporting people.
and letting people choose how they want to deal with
their
Harry Potter.
relationship with Harry Potter
Yeah.
and their personal opinions. And
That was a big thing that we got.
Yeah, it was.
Coming back,
Yeah.
like it's just nice that people get to choose their own experience with
Yeah.
Harry Potter, whether they
want to associate, continue or not, but that's as a business, I guess, a decision that, yeah.
Absolutely. But we don't judge anyone for wanting to carry on being Harry Potter fans. It's a big thing for lots of people. And we all have a special place for it.
Yeah.
And I think when we opened the studio, we always were like, we want to be that non-intimidating, like really friendly,
Welcoming, yeah.
kind of shop, and we don't want to be mistaken to have views that we definitely don't align with. So that was a big thing with like moving forward, changing the name.
The shop will look and feel very much the same. We might make a few little additions. We still want it to feel very much like home.
Yes.
But it's more just a branding from the outside that we're going to change, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
sweet.
good.
All right, now with that awesome
Like
news out of the way.
admin stuff. Yeah.
They're like making the best of a shitty situation on that one. though.
absolutely.
And it's exciting for us, and like, yeah, we want people to know that no one's pressured us to make the change. It's just something that we really felt that best aligned with us.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Moving forward. Yeah, so we're kind of breaking this into segments, I guess, so that we can talk about things and like give you guys some recommendations and you can know what we're up to.
Casual structure.
A lot of it came from like your guys' suggestions on things that we should cover and ideas for us. So if it sucks, it's you guys' fault.
You're gonna shift all that blame.
Exactly, we are not responsible.
It's not our doing whatsoever.
All right, so first is why my eyes hurt.
My eyes, the goggles do nothing.
Why do your eyes hurt this week, Adam? What have you been watching?
Other than lack of sleep.
Adam just had twins.
I did just have twins.
Oh, yeah,
but the underlying thing is that because I'm on daddy duty at night, it gives me a chance to watch a lot of streaming TV.
I'm pretty sure you've watched like all of Netflix.
I think you have, yeah.
I've got through most of Netflix and a lot of Amazon Prime, and
You're the most qualified for this question.
I really am the most qualified for
I
this
haven't
question at the
even made
moment.
notes.
And I've now worked my way back to Anime Lab, which has been fun.
Come full circle.
I have,
Yeah.
and I'm getting a chance to catch up on a lot of animes that I have missed throughout the last year or two for one reason or another that I always get to hear Alex or Rachel talking about. So now I've got a long list that I'm catching up with. And what did I start with? What did I see it last night? 2 nights ago, I managed to make my way through the first season of JoJo, which was an
Yes.
experience.
It's so
Very
exciting.
I finally have someone to talk to about JoJo's. Although I read the first
Yeah,
season.
yeah, I think I read the first one too.
Yeah, it's an experience. I really enjoyed it. The art style really
It's
was
just
crazy.
very different to
Oh, it's-
anything else.
I was late at night and I'm doing that and I was like, wow, I'm glad my babies can't understand anything that's happening because this is weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
But
It's a real one where like people either really love it or they really hate it.
Yeah, I haven't found like I'm neutral about JoJo's. It's a very polarizing.
I'm definitely going to keep going with
Yeah.
it. I feel I'm going to get through at least what's on there and I'm going to keep going because I just want to see what happens.
What's the hype?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen a lot of JoJo memes and I really would like for them all to make sense to
That
me.
is how I got into it. It's literally through the
Dio.
memes. Yeah, it's
Dio
Dio.
memes
It's all
are-
Dio's fault.
Anything that can be memed that much, like look at Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Anything that's
Yeah.
got that many memes has got to
Has to be good.
gotta
Has to
have
be
some
good, yeah.
something special about it anyway. And then last night I made it all the way halfway through season 2 of My Hero, which I had which I had been wanting to watch for a year
since
at
it's-
least.
yeah.
Since it came out, since you guys kept going to the movies to watch the
Yeah.
movies as they came out. So now I am luckily binging the whole thing.
7 hours a night, My Hero duty.
Pretty much. I'm just I get to sit there and then until the babies scream.
Yeah.
You should just have like Bakugo's voice in the background just yelling at your babies. Like, guys,
Go to sleep.
he's so yelly and great.
It's been really cool. I'm digging well, you know me, I like my shonen power up.
It's a really good shonen.
yeah.
Such, yes.
I like my shonens. So I feel like he's just starting to not have to break every bone in his body.
Oh, just. Yeah.
Just.
yeah.
He made one punch without breaking his entire arm and then broke both his legs 30 seconds later. So that was pretty
It's
cool.
gonna get emotional, man. Like, you're in for a ride now that you've committed.
I've seen parts of what's to come, obviously, because I have so many like YouTube videos pop
Yes,
up with
yeah.
stuff that I know where things are going, but I've made a conscious effort to stay away from
Major
spoilers.
I think one night you and Brooke were watching it in the lounge, and it was the final episode of a season. I just came and sat up and watched it with you, having maybe watched the first half of the first season, and now I'm like, well, now I know what happens. So,
But so much more happens.
I know.
That's, like, I guess that's one thing you can count on with like shonen anime
Yeah.
is that they always escalate and there's never
Oh,
It just
like,
keeps
there's so many
going.
side
Yeah.
things going
Yeah.
on at the moment. Like I remember, like I said, they've only just made it through like the training, like the first training levels, and they just got attacked by the first group of bad guys when
Yeah.
they're doing their training day, and old creepy hands.
yeah. Many a hand.
Old mini hand man.
such a cool character design.
Started just like decaying people.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's a pretty.
Do you have like a favorite?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a favorite yet. I mean, I understand why like All Might is polarizing because as like hilariously I love him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's hilarious in both forms.
Because he's like so based off comic book characters.
Yeah,
which,
absolutely.
You love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, and he's just the epitome of a superhero, and the fact that he's then also the complete like opposite of that at times
yeah.
too. It's pretty great, but I don't know if I ask me again once I finish
Yes,
it. If I have a
yeah,
favorite.
that's fair.
I have some cool, like they have some pretty cool powers, some
Yeah.
pretty cool, abilities that they've got there. And some that are just horrible, like.
You're like, why would you have that as a quirk?
Yeah.
Nasal beam.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Though I love his outfit, the belt, and just thrusting every time he has to laser people,
laser.
and the fact that he is so confident about his ability.
Yeah.
Like he's got one that's just so awkward, but
You couldn't tell all of it was bad.
No.
He loves it. He loves his ability, and I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think, and obviously you've got a few of them with some pretty overpowered abilities. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I know Todoroki.
I'm sorry, but Todoroki is...
I love a boy with daddy issues.
Yeah. Got some
He's my
serious
favourite.
power
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
Bakugo's Brock's one, but he's that
Bakugo's
yelly
cool.
boy.
Yeah.
He's cool.
He's really cool.
And like for a character that is always yelling, I don't find him annoying.
So often in shonen animes, when they start yelling, I
Yeah.
tune out. But yeah, I can
What
agree.
really gets me at the moment is because with the babies, I can't really watch the like Japanese version. I'm having to watch
Yes,
things that
yeah.
are dubbed at the moment,
Yeah.
so I'm watching the dubbed version of it. And the fact that All Might is also Vegeta
Oh, yeah.
is really messing with me whenever I'm not in the room and all I can hear.
It's the
It's
same as
Vegeta.
something else recently that we watched. Then I was like,
I'm pretty sure Vegeta just
oh no,
gets
it was me
around.
finally like getting more into One Piece, and Zoro's voice is also Vegeta.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
And the dubbed, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's busy, man.
He is. He's a busy
He is a
man.
busy man. But I mean, Vegeta's got to be his best one, but
Yeah.
they're pretty similar.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just
That's a
working-
lot to
Really?
watch,
As
though.
yeah, you've been getting through these.
I have been. It's the
Because
being
like, you've
up
got
until
a lot of My Hero to catch up on.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Being up until 3
Yeah.
in the morning gives me a good chance, and the ability of coolly skipping through things like with Anime Lab of being able to skip outros and intros.
Yeah.
Really cuts the episode.
really
Like, you
does,
can really
yeah.
watch it efficiently. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
is the key.
Yeah. Awesome.
What about you, Rach?
Oh, see,
What's
I
been
was
hurting
hoping
your
I was going to
eyes?
go last. That's
Nah.
all right. You've kind of the amount that you have watched is the little that I have been watching. I haven't been like into heaps of series and stuff lately. I think recently I finished Umbrella Academy,
Ooh, nice.
which was really good. I actually super enjoyed the second season, even more so than the
Definitely.
first.
Same.
Yeah.
Klaus is so great.
He's
Oh,
so
Klaus.
funny, and I'm just
love
really
Klaus.
excited. Like, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it, but there's a reveal. I think it's the end episode or the second to last episode. That's really cool. And now I'm like, well, I'm hooked. I will watch whatever happens from there. I need to see where it goes.
I think it's also got like way more character development in the second season than
Oh,
the
yeah.
first one had. Like
Yeah.
the first season was all like,
Build
here
up,
are the
like, yeah,
characters, here's
introduction.
the
Yeah.
powers, and
Yeah.
now it's like, cool, now they're like
The
developing.
dynamics of like their
I
relationship.
think just throwing them into such a different environment too, you know, like not just carrying on the same story, throwing them into a time, you know, which they're not used to,
Yeah.
really makes each of their characters show in different ways, which is really cool. But yeah,
I think being thrown back in time like that also like showed how far we've kind of come as a society too, just to get deeper on it. Like,
No, I agree.
'cause, like
Yep.
they go back to what, the 60s?
oh yeah,
And
Yeah.
it's very like
dealing with the issues that were
racial
prevalent.
stuff
Yeah,
and, like
yeah.
Yeah.
voting stuff, and then like you've got cult stuff. There's a lot going on in that.
And the fact that they weren't all dropped in at the same time, I liked. So it was like following
Yeah, it's
separate
different, yeah.
stories, but they're bringing them all together still, which is really cool. Other than that, I've mainly just been listening to heaps and heaps of podcasts. I know it's not necessarily my eyes are hurting, but maybe my ears are bleeding. I think I've just been focused on like catching up on drawings and things so much that I haven't been focusing time on watching things. So, but some of the stuff I've been listening to, really cool storytelling podcast called This Is Actually Happening. They get people to come in and kind of tell their stories basically about like the human existence and some of the experiences they've gone through, which is really good. Another one I highly recommend is this podcast Will Kill You, which I think I've told Alex about at least, where they've got a really cool mini-series on COVID-19. So if you want more information about that, it's like a...
is it like a factual based one?
Yeah.
or
So,
like-
so they're epidemiologists and doctors, like not medical doctors, but like scientific doctors. And so they kind of compiled a list of people and like, you know, from medical and peer-reviewed papers and stuff, and just kind of give it in a really factual, but
more like simple term that like people
Yeah,
can like better
yeah.
understand. And
Yeah.
they go back and talk about like other stuff like the plague and stuff, right?
Yeah,
like
which is
other
really
things
I mean,
that
that's
can
really
kill you.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, at the moment, it seems like there's so much information that people are
It's really
getting wrong
hard
and
to-
hard to digest.
Yeah.
Like to give
Yeah.
people things that they can digest easily and listen
yeah.
to and learn. You know,
it's kind of a more informal format, and because they've broken it up to like there's an episode about like the virology, like where it came from, and then there's another episode about like kind of how it's affecting the economy, which neither of them really know much about, so they've gone and talked to a whole bunch of people about it and just got like outside perspective. So
there's like power in that, like being able to be like, I don't know the economy, so I'm going to ask someone who does, and not just make an opinion piece about. Okay,
this is what I think about the economy. It's like, no, do you actually know?
That's the advantage of trusting experts rather than just, learning from your Google.
Yeah.
And then just taking the word of...
Because we've all tried WebMD and we're all dying.
Yeah, all the time.
Got a headache? Cancer.
Oh, yeah.
Having trouble breathing? You're dying.
Yeah. I have heaps of things on my list to keep watching, so hopefully I'll be able to update with something more interesting next time. But yeah, for me, that's kind of what I've been media I've been consuming at the moment.
Nice.
Yeah. And Alex, what have you been watching?
Everything.
Yeah.
It's not too much. As always, I don't know. I'm rewatching Violet Evergarden for the second time in 2 weeks. I think I powered through the season in... It's 12 episodes, but I think I watched it in 2 days.
It was 2 days because you stayed at the shop after you finished it.
Because I cry in the last 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And there's no anime ever. I'm like, Your Name made me cry, there's feelsy bit. But you're like, okay, cool, I've cried, I'm done. That's the cryy part.
Over.
Yeah. I'm 5 out of 12 episodes. And I'm like, I am a mess. And rewatching it with Brock, I think I started crying by 7 episodes to the end. So I'm just,
You're slowly...
Emotional.
Yeah.
Emotional. And I'm like, is it me? Is it this anime?
Is it because I'm a lady? Or
maybe you can rewatch it for a third time with
Has it made Brock cry?
Not yet.
Not yet.
There is very little that makes Brock
Well, that's it's very true.
Yeah. I think it's such a beautiful anime. To watch is beautiful. And
I've only ever watched, now you've been telling me how good it is. I feel like it's another one I'm going to have to go back to because I watched the first episode when it was brought out.
On
and then was like, I'm going to wait until more comes out.
I think people find it hard because it's not like a My Hero where it's there's a whole lot going on. It's it's a slow-paced anime, but you're uncovering emotions with the character. And so as she's writing these letters to people, she's starting to help herself by helping others, and it's
like
super
a personal
beautiful.
growth, growth one rather than punchy in the face.
And trauma, because everyone carries trauma differently. So she's writing. She's basically a girl who goes out and writes letters for people who can't write or read or whatever, who just who struggle to say their emotions. And I'm totally one of those people. I have a hard time saying how I feel sometimes. And then she kind of listens to their stories or writes a letter to whoever they want to.
Sounds like
daughter
a
or a dad who's passed away, or they just that's set in a wartime kind of era. So
it sounds like it'll both make you sad and happy. It's a very emotional roller coaster type. Anime.
Definitely. It's one of those ones where it's nobody wants to feel their emotions.
My emotions! My emotions!
But sometimes it's good to just feel the feels.
Yeah.
One that's less sad that I've been watching is The Great Pretender, which is on Netflix. Super cool, super cool anime. Super bright colors, which is real fun to watch. I watched that in dubbed too, and the dub's actually really good.
Nice.
Pretty much like a con artist anime. They're confidence men.
Confidence.
Yeah. They go around and they basically super scam people.
It's Robin Hoodie kind of
very Robin Hoodie,
nice.
but con artisty. Super fun. In the season that's out, there's 3 different cons, so it's quite cool to see them all unravel.
Super crazy.
So Robin Hood / Ocean's 11.
And it's cool because each of so there's 3 in the season, and there's 4 main characters that you're kind of following through
the cons. Yeah.
It's somehow tied or helps them, I don't know, figure out who they are. Really, really fun. Just finished God of High School, which a bazillion % recommend to anyone. It's based off a Korean manhwa, and it is all go. There is 3 or 4 chapters with it an episode, and it is crazy and wild, and you are not ready, but you should be ready.
The opening song is legit.
Slaps. Best. I'm voting best anime opening song
this year.
Ever.
Ooh,
Wait. It would be tied with Samurai Champloo's opening song.
Yeah, that's a real.
And I'm talking better than Dragon Rock the Dragon.
Oh no!
Yeah. That's a
I don't know.
good
But
opening.
I don't know. Cowboy Bebop still has always been my favorite. It's
Yeah.
But no,
yes,
fair enough. It's a big call.
I honestly can't say much about God of High School without giving a lot of it away. Apart from that, it's not really got anything to do with high school.
One of those deceptive names.
Deceptive names.
Like, don't think that you're in for like a slice of life anime because you're really not. And
It's like a fighting tournament style.
yeah, and all the characters have like different kind of like styles, whether it's kung fu or karate or samurai
MMA
swordship
stuff, yeah.
or MMA stuff. Yeah. So there's heaps and heaps of stuff, and then there's like gods that come into it, and like you can just find out. I can't say anymore.
Yeah.
It's just really good.
It sounds pretty awesome.
And the main character, Jin Mori, has sparkle eyes.
He does. I'm about the sparkle eyes.
good.
It's so good.
I am quite surprised that neither of you mentioned things that you have watched this week that I thought would have been the top of your list.
I will get to that. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the list.
Okay, no. Then we would probably need a whole separate podcast. We're not going to bring BTS into this right
I
now.
was like, whoa, you guys spent like a whole night staying up watching Korean
I know I am.
dramas.
I'm getting to that.
Yeah.
but-
Oh, okay, so all right.
we
fine.
still have our picks of the week.
I was just
man.
like, that sure, that doesn't make your eyes hurt so much. It's-
We'll address that later.
Apart from that, because my list is so long, I'm so sorry. You're just going to have to listen to me ramble. The Misfit of Demon King Academy, which is totally a harem anime. It is filled with fan service, and if you like cute girls and one main male lead, questionable second male lead, but
Wait, what do you mean questionable?
well, like he's like
Questionable that he's
secondary
male or
or-
questionable?
no, he's like
that-
he's a male second lead, but
Okay.
he's like a very like side hoe. You know?
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
And it's like your classic, like, overpowered dude with the harem of
Yeah.
cute girls.
Cute girls.
It's just super fun to watch. There's lots of, like, magic stuff, so you've got, like, heaps of, like, magic symbols and, like, cool effects and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's good, yeah.
ReZero third season? The new season.
New season, whichever season we're
Yeah.
after.
Yeah. It's just like as far as anime characters go, Subaru has the worst existence ever. Poor dude. If you haven't watched ReZero, definitely recommend. It's like quite a dark anime once you get into it, but it's so cool and so smart, and I don't think there's another anime that's been done that's like it before. So that is it. And then I am just reading Solo Leveling, which again, if you're not reading Solo Leveling, what are you even doing with your life? Read Solo Leveling.
Is there still talk of them making that into
Yes.
an anime?
So it might
as
be
well?
like a God of High School situation.
Yeah.
It's on Webtoon. You can read it there. There is like 120 chapters out. And it's just the best thing.
It's a lot of reading.
It's good.
And because it's all color. So it's
Ooh,
just
nice.
like...
It's not normal manga.
Nice.
It's, webtoons.
Yeah,
They've really
webtoons.
sold me on them.
They're taking over.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was reading I was catching up with the Dragon Ball Super manga, and the only problem I have with it is that you miss a lot from the whole color.
Yeah.
Like whilst I still really enjoy it, you miss
Yeah.
like large portions
I guess if
of
you're thinking,
the-
especially with Dragon Ball Z and stuff, like with power levels, and
Yeah.
their hair color is so important as to identifying.
I mean, they do a good job of like one being the other,
Yeah,
slightly
true.
differences in
Oh
hair.
my God, he's God mode.
Yeah, like, you get it, but it does lose something with all the coolness of like
Yeah.
all the bright color of the hair and everything showing that type of stuff. But yeah, color, I'm down for that.
yeah, it's good.
And it's
Definitely
like
get
just
into
beautifully drawn.
webtoons,
Like
manhwas.
it's super heavy blacks because he
Nice.
like summons shadow things. I'm not going to spoil things. But yeah, it's just super beautifully drawn. There's like orcs and there's dragons and there's so much stuff and it's dope. So read Solo Leveling.
Is that
Everything for our eyes hurting.
Yep, and ears bleeding.
And
ears
now
bleeding.
your ears are probably bleeding
Yeah.
because we've
Yeah.
told you a million things that you should probably be reading or watching or some form of listening to.
It'd be cool to
After
see
you
what
listen to us.
like other people think.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you,
for sure.
if you have seen them or have listened to them, definitely.
Yeah, we're always down for suggestions from you guys and feedback on things
Yeah.
that if you're like, you guys should try watching this if you like that.
Yeah.
We will always try and make time to check out people's suggestions.
I think that's one of the cool things about our job is that if somebody comes to us with something that we haven't seen, we're like, oh, well, we better start watching that.
Exactly.
I always find it amazing when one of your customers has seen something that you haven't seen. Like the guy
Yeah.
you were tattooing yesterday and you were going through and you've seen talking about stuff. And, oh, not yesterday, sorry, Saturday.
Saturday.
And then he was like, have you seen this? And you were like, I have not. And I was like, wow, someone got her with something she hasn't seen.
Yeah, that was good. And I just have a list of things to watch.
Yeah.
But yes, I did update my anime
saw
list.
that list.
Oh, I saw the list too.
Yeah,
They're
it took me like an hour to scroll through your Instagram feed when you were like the picture.
Posted up all the
I was
pictures.
like, wow, the bars are so small, they're now dots on your story.
I think it's like 168 animes I've consumed.
That's not even including hentai.
Yeah, no, there's no option to load that on there.
No, well, I feel like that's
There definitely
an
should be.
incomplete
Yeah.
list.
Peter Grill is another one I've been watching now that you've seen.
Okay.
So it's on Crunchyroll. It's pretty much a hentai that they've taken all the sex out of. So it's 13 minutes of
Plot.
yeah,
Bad plot.
bad plot.
So it's just
yeah.
bad plot without
just
that.
bad plot, yeah.
It's funny. It's not good.
But watch it anyway.
It's not good,
funny.
but if you
Yeah.
want to check something out for a laugh, then
yeah. Like I put it on the other night when we were all in the lounge,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, I just watched the first episode of this."
sometimes it's good to just
Yeah.
watch trash.
Yeah, sometimes you need to.
Millions of people watch Tiger King, and
Yeah. I watched
Hey.
Tiger King.
I watched it too, and
you go.
I wanted more.
Yeah.
And even afterwards, I'm like, when is there going to be another
More?
season
I need
of
a
I want
follow-up.
more Tiger King, but that doesn't exclude it from being trash.
Exactly. Good.
All right,
On to grinding gears and warming hearts.
the
Yeah.
less fun parts.
Oh, half and half.
Oh, yeah.
It's the ebb and flow of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
What grinded your gears this week, Adam?
Oh.
Had any troubles?
I've had a pretty good week. I mean, I guess it's getting
Screaming baby.
Yeah, it's
I feel like that's more of a life.
like it's an acceptable
yeah.
like grind. I mean, yes, it does grind your gears, but no, I feel like maybe just the fact that it's summer, so we're getting more Karens.
Oh, yeah.
Like you get a few more of them. We're lucky. I think we're spoiled a lot of the time by how lovely our clients are.
We're definitely spoiled.
So
Yeah,
spoiled.
and
We're so lucky.
And so when it gets to outside of that realm where you get like the not so nice people that you deal with, it's really obvious now. I guess when you deal with them. So I mean, that had one or two this week, but nothing too major. You get over them pretty quickly.
That's a good thing.
Can we? Are we excluding all of America as an entire continent?
I guess
'Cause-
That was going to be my bad thing, but
Yeah.
I definitely have more, but just briefly, it sucks.
But he's your favorite president.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
According to who?
Yeah.
Him. According to him, he's
Hi, it's me, Donald Trump, your favorite president.
Just I feel sorry because we have friends in America that are all
yeah.
very nice people.
Yeah.
And we might even have people listening to this that are in America, and I'm sorry for you.
We're very sorry.
I mean, it's just you just from an outside perspective or from another part of the world, you just see things that are like, how is that allowed?
How has it gotten this far?
Hey, how's that allowed to happen? And I mean, the unfortunate thing is it does affect all of us.
Yeah.
Like it does affect the rest of the world,
Yeah.
being the fact that they are such a. It's like
A huge mark in
it's,
an economy.
it's like if you live on a nice street, except the biggest house in the street is currently on fire, and eventually
Yeah.
your house will catch on fire
Yes.
too if you're not careful.
Yeah.
And you're like, can someone put out the big house fire? Like our friends live in that house. Can
Yeah.
Can we make the fire stop,
can
please?
someone stop putting
Yeah.
it on fire? And then half the people inside are just throwing matches at it.
I think also just like politics in general is a spiral. Like,
It is.
and that, like, our friend Jess is super into politics and very knowledgeable on it, and I'm asking her a lot of questions
Oh
most
yeah,
of the
me
time.
too. Me too.
Like, Jess, what is this?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So did you say that was your negative as well?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the state of the world. But hey, we're doing really well,
Yeah.
and we're very lucky to be in New
Yeah.
Zealand. And as for Karen's, like, we're just too spoiled, and we have such great clients and
Yeah.
understanding
It really
clients.
shows our privilege when we have like a bad phone call or like a bullshit email and we're like, oh, what is this? Because 99% of the time we deal
We're
with
not used to
wonderful
this.
humans. Yeah.
Can we kindness you away?
Yes,
Is
yeah. Kill
that
them with kindness.
Is it a
It's-
thing? Can we kindness you away?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not. But
Sometimes it works.
I think also it's almost more frustrating because they're not people who are coming to us specifically for the
No.
nerdy things.
It's just a tattoo shop
Yeah.
that they see.
Yeah.
And whilst we do other things, and we'll happily, we do lots of things that
We
are
do.
outside of nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
We're pretty lucky in the sense that we can all do different types of stuff. So it's, whilst we focus on doing nerdy stuff and we love it, we also enjoy, obviously, just people in general, helping them get their tattoos that they want. But sometimes we're not going to be the best people for it, and that's one of the unfortunate
just like we are
things.
busy, and
We are very busy at the moment.
You must be pretty good at what you do.
So said the person on the
phone.
On the phone.
but also wanted Adam to work through his lunch break. So
We don't get lunch breaks most
And
of the
if
time.
there's any other tattooists that are listening to this, then and understand that lunch breaks, working through your lunch break is generally just a thing.
Yeah.
Like you
it's
get a
very
quick
common.
snack, and that's probably why all of us are really unhealthy.
yeah,
We're actively trying to be better.
Actively, like America, actively trying not to be on fire.
Yes, but
it's
sometimes
a struggle.
Yeah.
what about you, Rach? What grounded your gears?
I had a technical issue this week with my power supply. It wasn't that great.
yeah.
I've just been having a bunch of technology. Like my phone stopped working and the printer wasn't printing out what I wanted it to, and then one of my power supplies, the cord decided just to blow up, and so I'm quite angry.
Like not even just like a boop, like a
That was an explosion.
Again, I feel like it's a thing like we were talking about before with the privilege what we have is that we
Yes.
have these things so often
Yeah.
that everyday life is so
Yeah.
easy that it ticks along that when something goes wrong, it's really noticeable
Because we have it so good.
You don't even notice that happens,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden you're I can't get into any of my emails of what's going on.
Yeah,
I
it's
can just
definitely a snowball thing, especially with, if it's a specific thing like technology, where it's one week, it's not just one technological
Yeah.
thing. Where everything started to go wrong or bother me, or my
I think
iPad
it
wasn't
also
charging.
like feeds into the first bit though, because it's like the world's on fire. The last thing I need is my power
yeah.
supply blowing.
Yeah.
Up. Do you know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and you're like, like that's the thing that makes you have enough.
the thing that snaps you.
And
exactly.
to be fair, the power pack blowing up did scare the absolute life out of me. When it
Yes,
happened.
it did.
It was.
And like because of COVID, shipping is like nuts. So you're like,
Oh, everywhere's sold out.
Yeah.
A lot of places are sold out of the supplies we need, so it's finding alternate.
Or just everything's just more expensive.
Yeah.
That's the other
Very much
thing.
more
Like
expensive.
I think I was telling you guys with the masks
Yes.
before we went into lockdown,
Yeah,
and the place that we're
trying
buying
to.
them from were $35 or $40 for a pack of 50 masks,
Yeah.
and then after we went to the next lockdown when we were reopening again, they were suddenly $80 for the same box of masks, and I was like,
Crazy.
that is a hell of a markup.
It's double,
Like
yeah.
you've really cranked on the pressure there.
Yeah.
And I mean I get it, they've got to make money too, but like wow, like we didn't just suddenly double the prices of our tattoos.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, sorry, COVID, double your tattoo price. It's like, no, but we need to do these things. And then we had the same thing with gloves.
Gloves and again, just out of stock.
Yeah, out of stock, and then double the price from
so
the
I
other
think it's
people.
like understandable that those like, well, it's definitely like a privilege that we're very lucky with what we do and that we love our jobs and we have it really good with the shop that we've created. It's still like the rest of the world's on fire and we're just trying to keep our patch dry.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're still pretty. I mean, so again, it's that ease thing because now we're so used to being able to get gloves and masks and even equipment is a lot easier now. But even when I started tattooing like 11 years ago, we were still not as easy to get the things that we can get now, being this far down in the world. There were some suppliers, but everything was really expensive anyway because everyone would whack on prices because you're just at the bottom of the world. And now the same thing
with New
happens, and then
Zealand,
you're out of stock, and you're like, I have to pay an extra $10 because they're out of stock.
Yeah, but it adds up.
Oh, that kind of feeds into one of my good things is that I ordered a whole bunch of parcels and stuff during, I think it was the first lockdown because I was sad and I was, spending my emotions. And because the post was so slow, I completely forgot that I had ordered them. So I'm having these little
Nice.
gifts show up at my house from past me that has made me.
I like to do that.
Yes.
I like how past me sometimes watches out for me.
Yeah.
Normally it's with bad things like treats. Like
I know.
I'll leave a bag of M&Ms somewhere in my
at the
drawer.
back of the cupboard
And then
It's
like a
like
week
finding
later.
$20 in the pocket.
Yeah.
It has been.
I'm like,
yeah.
thanks past me.
Yeah, so that's
Nice.
there's a good thing, unless there's any other bad things.
And you did get quite a lot of cool colours too. I was impressed
Oh
with
yes,
that.
yeah.
You
My
did get a
new
lot of
inks
cool-
arrived. I think I have 20 shades of pink now. So
All those chibbies.
all those chibbies, all those pinks. You want
100% pink tattoos,
100%
everyone.
pink tattoos.
This monochrome pink
Yeah.
tattoos from now on. From
So is
Rach.
that what warmed your heart this week?
Yeah, and I think I don't know, overall I've had a really good social week. Not a huge social person, but my friendship interactions and my client interactions and everything. I've just had a really good, positive friendship week, I think. Yeah, it's just been really nice. Yeah, and I've really enjoyed it, which is sometimes not I don't enjoy it. So it's definitely been one of the good things. And so
The introvert life.
yeah, the introvert life.
Living that I miss lockdown life.
And I wasn't going to say it, but
At least I don't have to go
Well, then
outside.
what warmed your heart this week, Adam?
Oh, well, babies. Babies have been pretty fun.
Yeah.
They're getting pretty big, and I mean, that's a fairly standard one. I think it's going to be a fairly
reoccurring
even
theme.
constant for the thing. So, other than babies being cute and doing cute things, I mean, they're the exact same of the same coin as the grinds and warms because they do both.
yes, yeah.
They can be quite a
Yeah.
pain, but they're also adorable, which I guess is how they survive.
Yeah.
And by being extra adorable.
You can't get so angry that you're like, well, I don't want this
No,
anymore. 'cause
exactly.
They've got to
I was
keep
gonna
that
say,
cute going.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
I've had a good week with, like I said, I seeing, like, it's been nice when people have left. They've been like leaving us little reviews and things,
Oh,
which
yeah,
is where
that has
I've
been
seen a lot
really
of
good.
those come,
That's sort of, positive
cute reviews
feedback
coming through,
and-
which has been really nice.
See, keep leaving us reviews. It makes our week.
It really, really does.
And we only cry for a little bit if you leave a mean one.
Yeah.
Like,
Although we have very few of them.
no, we
No,
actually don't.
I don't think we have
I
any
don't
at
think
the
we have
moment.
any.
Touch wood,
Yeah.
touch wood.
Touch wood, yeah.
Other than the random Google.
Yeah, but
Google-
those are gone.
They are the
gone,
Google
yeah.
person that was a spam
Spam
person.
bot, yeah.
But no, they've been some really nice, cute ones, and it's nice because they sort of see them come through for everyone. You know, like
Yeah.
everyone gets. Has nice things said about them. It's always nice to see that coming through, even when I'm not, if we're not here. It's like, oh, Rach got a nice, cute review
Yeah,
from someone,
yeah.
or, which is really nice. What about you? Because you've answered neither yet, and I'm sure you're going
I've been the interviewer.
Yes.
Grinding my gears pretty much the same as you guys. Like,
Yeah.
they're just the world.
Just
like,
general.
I think this month especially because I'm meant to be in Korea/Japan right
Oh,
now.
it was your holiday month.
yeah, but we got to go down to Queenstown last week, and I think that was helped me just like.
For those of you who saw on Instagram Alex doing her crazy
Oh,
ravine
the swing. Yes.
And I think that's what kind of made me push to do it. Is like I just need to do something that's out of my comfort zone or that's
Yeah.
like new and different. I needed to have that fix, and I'd never been to Queenstown before, so it was super nice. Like Adam's always like, "It's really pretty down there," and you're like, "Yeah, cool."
And then you go, and it
You
is
go.
that. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's beautiful.
You almost, it feels like you're, like, not that New Zealand isn't nice all over, but like it almost feels like you're not in New Zealand
It's
anymore
it's a
sometimes.
bubble.
Yeah, it feels like it's in its own
But like
little
even sitting
world.
at like a restaurant, and you're like, it's like looking at a postcard, and like you're like, those mountains aren't real. Like I'm just
It
like
doesn't-
holding a postcard to my eyes. Like
The
this
only-
is as close as you can
Yeah,
get.
the only place, like I said, had that feeling with that is like Switzerland, where it's
Yeah.
very much the same, and that's why I think I love Queenstown so much. It's got that, very, like you said, postcardy vibe where no matter where you are down there, and I've never had anyone. Like, there's never been any never been anyone who's rude
like
or
a
angry
hate,
down
yeah.
there. I was surprised the first time I went down there. It was for my cousin's 40th birthday, and we had all these challenges to do, which everyone was really nice about us doing.
Yeah.
But I lost my wallet. Moving from one bar to another bar, and I rang up the police station and let them know that I'd lost it. And the first thing they told me was, "Don't worry, normally they'll get handed in." And I was like,
that's
and I was
such
like,
a-
yeah, okay. I'm from
You're
Auckland.
skeptical.
That's really
We're
unlikely.
not in Japan here, people.
Yeah.
No, and I was like, maybe the wallet might get handed in with my driver's license, but my cash will be gone. And we had
Maybe
just
a
been to the
card.
casino.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of money, but we had been to the casino, so I had a little bit, and my cards were in there, my credit card and stuff. And I was like, oh no, it's going to go. So, and then literally the next day, I got a phone call from a hotel that was down the road from us that said, one of our guests has found your wallet and
that's
handed
so
it in. And they
nice.
rang the police station
Yeah.
and they gave them my details. And I went back and everything was still in the wallet.
Untouched.
Untouched. They literally, all the money was in there, all the cards, everything. I was like, wow, they weren't lying when they said that there's like
it doesn't-
and then literally 2 days
culture.
later, my sister's friend who lives down there lost her bag, which she thought was in a taxi or something like that. The exact same thing happened. It turned up the next day, handed in somewhere with everything still in it. And they were saying
nice.
apparently because of a lot of people down there are obviously travelers and things like that, and they know what it's like to lose things. Everyone's really good, and it's like you get that sort of feeling down there, I think, which is
We saw
which
the
is nice.
craziest thing. We were walking down the road, and then ATM had spat out literally $600.
It was
And they had like
$600.
taken their card but forgotten to take the cash. And it was just sitting there and the light was going off. And we were just like walking past and we were like, what the hell? Like free money? Like,
Obviously, we didn't
obviously
take
not.
it.
We
Yeah.
didn't take it. But we like turned it into the ANZ, I think it was. And the guy inside the ANZ was like, why are you giving this to me? And we're like, no, this isn't our money. Like this is
Yeah.
like sitting in the ATM. But like, ATM outside,
I mean, the thing, you never know who.
But we were also about to jump off a canyon, and we were like, karma.
You need good karma points for that.
You don't want to be stealing someone's money just before you're throwing yourself into a ravine.
But also, like, school holidays, I just kind of imagined, like some mum who had gone distracted by her kids and forgotten to take the money.
Exactly.
And
we all know that feeling.
If somebody comes back and is like, oh, I forgot to grab my cash from the ATM, then you know that this is theirs.
Yeah.
And they'll have security cameras, hopefully, that'll show the person that was there, and they can get in at least the person that accessed the thing at that time, and then get in contact, because that's, you don't want to
be better people, everyone.
Exactly. Be good humans.
Yeah. So there's the world sucking and me not going on holiday, but also having a great holiday with my friends was really nice.
It was cool. Wasn't it your kind of birthday? Brock's birthday also.
It was like
just I think because we booked it after the first lockdown, and we were all just kind of like, we need something to look forward to, like something to hope for, even if it's just like a few days away somewhere. We just needed it. And it was really good.
It did its job.
So America grinding gears.
Yep.
I don't really have anything other than that, apart from the Karens, and just like, I'm trying to exercise, and that's hard because I have a treadmill test in 2 weeks, and I'm trying not to be
as lazy, or it's for your health, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm like, I would like to get on the treadmill and know that I can run for at least half the time before he tells me to stop.
Before you're that meme of the person flying off the back of the treadmill.
Yeah. So Brock's been super helpful with that, and running every night. Like, we were literally running around the block last night at midnight.
I heard you leave.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it, trying to get better and just feel better about myself.
Go to jump. That'll really push your cardio, and it's fun. It is
pushes
really
your bladder too.
Needing to pee every 5
It is really fun, but I've never been so tired as like an hour at jump. I think we did like 30 minutes, and I was like, I am done with this.
I was very surprised at how much my abs hurt after doing the luge.
Right?
No, it wasn't the luge, because we went in the rain when we went to Queenstown, and that if you've ever been on a luge in the rain, it means the brakes stop working. So you really had to lean into the corners.
See, I'm used to that because I'm so tall. Even on the biggest like luge, my brakes don't work. I either have to go all. Or stop. There's no, I can't halfway. So I literally just have to hope as I fly down. And we went down last year and had races like you're not supposed to, but we had.
But you do. Everyone does.
And to be fair, I got smoked by the other guys. And I was just one of those times where I was like, man, I wish I was just a bit smaller. So I didn't have to feel like I was that really tall guy from The Simpsons when he gets out of his tiny car.
Are you making fun of me in my automobile?
It's the largest automobile I could afford. That's exactly how I feel. I'm like knees and trying to push around it.
Joyous exercise is
that's what I mean, like doing something fun. So you're not just running the same block.
I literally, I don't know, last night I'd had a bottle of soju and I was ready to run, and I was motivated.
Motivated by soju. Everyone
and then just BTS warming my heart for 2 days with their online concert. And warming me all over.
This is what I was talking about before. I'm surprised you had not mentioned yet. Be warned, we are apparently getting into BTS territory, and things can get said.
No, that's fine.
What I loved about you guys watching BTS the other night is when you and I were going across the road to get some lunch, and I asked about where you were going to watch it, and I was like, oh, you're going to watch it like upstairs or downstairs? And you were like, oh no, we'll probably just watch it downstairs so the guys can hang out and play PlayStation upstairs. And I was like, oh, I thought you'd be watching it upstairs, so you had it on both TVs.
Okay, and then you abrupted.
And then I saw your story and I cracked up. And you were like, because you were like, nah, we won't do that. We won't do that. We'll just watch it on one TV downstairs. And then your story was BTS simultaneously cast on 2 TVs. And I was like, oh my god, she actually did it.
Well, like, Brock hates BTS. Like, just doesn't like them.
No,
and so
everyone has musical differences.
Everyone has musical differences.
He accepts that you love them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's taken some time, but he's finally
to be fair, you pushed that love.
I did. I was like, I'm really into this. You don't understand. But yeah, he was super lovely. Like, set up both the TVs for us. Got like the lights going, so it was like we're at a concert.
I saw it was
it was the rainbow Alexa lights,
Yeah.
the pastel strobe.
He had the sound bar on.
Pushed the couches together, and it really felt like we're
For those
at
of
the
you
little
that
concert.
haven't been to the shop before and don't know, Alex and Rachel have a BTS shrine.
It's not a shrine.
It is a shrine, and even you have admitted it as a shrine. And it sits in the tattoo studio in between both their stations, and it is filled with BTS merch.
It is. Yeah.
But we also went to Korea last year to go see them live, and we got a lot of photo cards from that, and like people there were so lovely giving us free stuff. And we just came back with way
so
more
many
stuff
things,
than we thought we were going to come back with.
And a guest artist, Noah, when she came over to guest with us, she bought us a whole bunch of figures and stuff, so we got to add those to the cabinet too. And yeah, I don't know, that's something we
Running
like.
out of room for your puckies.
We are. Yeah, I'm running out of room for my other figures now.
Yeah. But yeah, that warmed my heart. It was super great. And just RM said really nice things about like just getting through COVID and like finding ways around the new.
Yeah.
Which was super reassuring.
It was.
And nice.
It's very much like what we said before about, like accepting the situations we're in, but also finding like the little silver linings that it gives you. And yeah, I could go on for days about how just BTS's message and how lovely it is, but if you listen to them, then you already know that.
Yeah. So yeah, that was what warmed my heart, and we all cried. On the Saturday.
Yeah, I cried both days.
Both days. Yeah. So yeah, it was a lot, but it was really cute.
Excellent.
And
Nice.
that's my stuff.
Well, it's good you guys got to have a home concert.
Yeah, it was.
Well, considering we were meant to go to Canada, and
We were.
like
See
that's
them
the
twice
concert we
and-
were meant to see.
The one they prepared
Yeah.
for, so we still got to see the
Made
actual.
an experience
But
of
also,
it at home.
like, shitty for them preparing a whole show and not even getting to perform it. So, like, it keeps
absolutely.
everyone happy.
It does.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the favourite tattoo that you did this week?
Time to make people angry.
Pick of the week.
By picking, it's like picking
Dun, dun, dun.
favourite children. Oh.
See, again, privilege to spoil
Yeah.
because all of our clients are amazing and we literally get to do fun
to do
tattoos
so many fun
every day that we work.
I get to do so many fun tattoos. Probably in the last couple of weeks, because I've only been back a couple of weeks. So I've
Yeah,
only
he
had
was,
to-
yep.
So,
fine.
but in the time that I have been back, I have got to do some very, very cool tattoos. Just last week, I got to do my plague doctor Iron Man.
That was dope.
That was
fun.
really cool.
That was fun.
Such a cool concept.
Yeah, and then
What was the reason for the plague doctor? Like, is it from... Because I don't read the
she's
comics.
really
it's not-
she just really wanted the idea. It was her idea. She wanted the idea of crossing, and I'm pretty sure next she wants to do a Captain America version to go with it.
Oh, that's really cool.
So yeah, it was cool to do a weird, like even drawing it like a cool twisty, like armored plague doctor Iron Man was pretty fun.
You're like, it's topical.
Yeah, totally. It's like if anyone's got the
I was going to say, like, is it her COVID tattoo?
Yeah,
I was like, it was one of those cool things that she had really cool idea and had lots of he had called it like specific ideas on how she wanted it to be. And it turned out really cool. And hopefully it'll be up on my Instagram soon when I put it up, when I get around to it, which I should be doing. And other than that, I've still got to do carrying on with my giant Avengers leg. I got to do some more of Captain America. So I've had lots of Marvel ones.
It's kind of cool to see, like, I guess now, because we've been open a bit longer, like, since lockdown.
Yeah.
Seeing what got people through lockdown.
Oh, totally.
Because, like, we've had so many clients be like, I just spammed the Avengers movies, or like I just spammed like
I
the
binge
series
watched.
on Netflix, or like just binged like what they binged. I think it's cool to hear like what got them through.
Oh, it makes it
Could have
hard
been a dark time.
It's hard for us to show them things here when we're like, hey, have you seen this? And they're like, yes, I have watched all
It's
of
like
that.
you. It's like I've literally seen all of Netflix now.
Yeah, I have been in lockdown, just like you.
But I think like everyone's got like a different one that kind of were like, that's what I need right now.
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, yeah, all through lockdown, we watched, Friends for the millionth time,
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother, Schitt's Creek,
Yeah, Konosuba, really good. It's
everything.
really cute.
Lots and lots of things. So yeah, that was kind of my two I got to do in the last week. Like I said, it's really hard to pick just one.
It is. I think it's more of a interesting tattoo experience,
interesting tattoos
or just
I've got to do because it's like it's not that any of them I don't enjoy doing. It was just that's what I got to do.
It's definitely hard to pick one. But I'm like, well, we could all go through our weeks, but we'd be
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
yeah, that's-
So that
yeah.
was really just my two that were the two that I think stuck out in my memory more than my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have had.
You had a fun week.
You had a really fun
I
week.
had such a good tattoo week this week.
Like nothing but chibs and cats.
And I got to do music tattoos. I got to do Noodles from the Gorillas, which is really cool.
that's right.
One of my first full forearm pieces, which was really, really exciting for me.
That was really cool.
Pushing
Really
bigger
cool.
work now.
Those are all like nice bold lines.
Because you're
They're
a
like,
big grown-up tattooist.
Rach isn't an apprentice anymore, guys.
But then, I think I also just got to do a lot of cat-related tattoos.
Because you get a cat
I was going to say.
I do.
Right,
I'm getting
right.
my own kitten. It will be all over my Instagram. Don't worry, it's going to be everywhere. So you'll get to see.
You know
him.
it'll have its own Instagram.
It will have its own Instagram. Which
Good to
one
see
will
you
stick?
finally taking the next step into evolving into cat lady and
I know,
actually
I
getting a
can't
cat.
just keep
like-
continuously talk about
No,
how much I
and-
love cats.
and just-
I need to.
Just
get-
patting strangers' cats
Yeah.
in public.
That
You
was,
really
that
just-
was,
Stop.
that was the hardest thing through lockdown because I just was going on more walks and stuff, obviously, because there was nothing to do. And the amount of cats I wanted to pat, but I was so responsible.
You might have COVID.
Yeah. But I think it's
Tattooing
just,
all the cats.
it's just also clients having these really cool, interesting ideas. Maybe it's a bit of lockdown. Maybe it's just a bit of finally deciding to do exactly what they want to do. So I got to do like a cat claw
Nothing
machine.
makes you go
and-
YOLO like a pandemic.
yeah. And then another one was a pile of chibi animals, and I got to talk to the client. And so each of the animals represents like one of her best friends, so in her friend circle. And it was, just a really lovely week. All the tattoos, so hard to pick. I had a lot of fun.
Pick one.
No, you cannot.
I'd have to count which one has the most cats and then just go
Ooh.
by.
I think of your tattoos this
Yeah.
week, my favourite, make it easy for you.
Yeah, okay, go on.
My favourite, I think, was your cat gotcha machine.
Yeah.
That
It
was, I
just
can't wait to
such
see
a
that.
cool- I
The
know.
pile what was cool.
Yes.
But I really liked the idea of your cat
Yeah.
gotcha
And again, it was
machine
as another
and the little cat
bigger
butt.
piece. I
Yeah.
got to work like a thigh piece.
I can't wait to see that coloured in.
Yes.
That's going to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
very, very cool.
It'd be super cool.
Alex?
I did my Forever Fans this week, so
That's right. Alex-
and I know that's bias.
Alex has forever fans for
I
those
have
of
Forever
you
Fans,
that don't
and I'm
know.
literally it should have come out yesterday, and I'm so far behind. But that's fine. That's what I'm working on tonight and tomorrow.
And now we're busy distracting her with the podcast.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for all of you that are
Pile
waiting
that shit on.
for Forever Fans,
We're just going to overcomplicate
yeah.
and do all that for
So you can watch my Forever Fans on YouTube. So this will be episode 3. Well, actually, I have Nick, who's episode 3, and then Jeremy, who I tattooed last week, is episode 4. Well,
so you have
this
3
week.
and 4.
3 and
Yeah.
4, yeah.
Are they going to come out
Separately.
Separately, yeah.
I'm
weeks?
editing Nick's, but my favourite tattoo from last week is still for Forever Fans, so it's episode 4, which is Jeremy's one, and he got
Coming
Samurai
soon.
Pizza Cat.
Oh, that's right.
I saw your
Yeah.
preview. I still haven't
Yeah.
actually seen the tattoo.
It's my first Samurai Pizza Cat's tattoo.
Nice.
So
I don't think I've done a samurai. No, I don't want either. That's very cool.
It's like one that everyone remembers from their childhood
Yes.
and really loves, but no one ever gets tattooed.
No,
Yeah.
it was
That's
that.
dope.
It's that like obscure enough that it's like
Yeah.
it's in people's memories, but then you have to go,
It's
Yeah.
like Super Pig, like where it's like people know what it is, but
don't really get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really fun. And talking to him about just his childhood with Samurai Pizza Cats was dope. And then
Where will people find your Forever Fans?
Yeah.
on YouTube,
On YouTube?
What's it
Alex
under?
Hart Uwu.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
that
my
what
channel
you-
name. Alex Hart Uwu. I put it to the people of the
so
gram.
great.
Yeah, so that's my channel name. Or you can just search Forever Fans and it should come up. But yeah, my Berserk one, which was episode 2, kind of had to be R18 because Berserk is very R-rated.
But Berserk is intense.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
and so it didn't have as many views as my first one, but I think that's because like YouTube.
Not so family friendly.
Yeah, and as soon as you've got,
Yeah.
swearing, or, just discussing of content, which
And
is...
Alex swears like a sailor.
Yeah, we all do.
I've been pretty good so far.
You have been very good. I'm hardly going to have to
PC
bleep any of this.
Yeah, so, and then I also got to do like a manga piece, which was Bleach and Naruto, start of that sleeve, which was super fun. And then even like today, like Amanda, super cool client, I just vibe with her real well, and she got an avatar tattoo.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, those would be like, I know I have to pick one. So Jeremy is like my one,
Yeah.
my
Your main
Samurai
one.
Pizza Cats one, but yeah, it's still been a fun week. Like, yeah, it's been a dope week.
Just showing all our privilege again.
Yeah, so spoiled. Someone
So
hold
spoiled.
us back.
I know.
Put us down.
That's it. Nothing but tribal tattoos.
Yeah.
Balance that out.
No, it's good. It's making the world seem less shit by having
yeah.
you guys back us and be there for us and support us
Absolutely.
and come and get to it.
I feel like we're getting a lot of very cool creative ideas from people coming through. I'm super. I don't know if like you said, I don't know if it's people who have slowly lost their mind during lockdown. And have got extra money because they're not traveling. So they're like losing mind plus money equals very creative ideas for their tattoos.
Yeah.
I had the guy the other day who asked for 2 who I'm going to do soon, which I'm very excited for.
I heard the consult. I know what you're going to say.
One panel of little penguins, and except they're building a rocket to launch themselves into space. Yeah.
Wait, the other panel?
And then the other panel is a shark flying through space wearing a luchador mask. I am so excited to do both of those.
Oh my god, they're
They're just
be great.
the coolest ideas.
That's
And
awesome.
then, I can't wait to draw a bunch of
so
tiny
cool.
scientist penguin just
making their little
pointing
rocket.
to a rocket and just...
You have to have like one doing the paperwork, like clearing it for liftoff,
yeah.
and then like the little dudes jumping
they'd be
in.
like-
That'll be super cute.
Yeah, I'm very excited for
Have you
those.
got any fun ones coming up that you're super excited for?
I think I'm excited for a lot of them. I've just kind of been enduring overload, so everything's blurring together. I have a lot of like flash pieces that I've got booked in. I'm getting to do some really cool Sanrio ones. So I've got some little twin stars, some Hello Kitties, and then I think it's just an influx of people getting their first tattoos.
Yeah.
Which is always
Another lockdown thing.
really
maybe.
exciting for me specifically. I don't know, as a tattooist, it's really cool to work on someone with their first tattoo.
Taking those V plates.
Yes, yeah.
Well, at least you're going to give them a nice, friendly tattoo
Yeah.
experience, because not all of us got that.
No.
And something that we try and do.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yeah.
It's one of those things you don't want to be scared off on your first tattoo.
No.
Yeah. I think the one I'm looking forward to would be my next Forever Fans.
Oh, yes, Forever Fans.
For Nana.
All of
Is
them.
it Nana?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
yes.
and like this is just an anime that I hadn't like. I'd read it years and years ago, like probably one of my first ones, and then I watched it, and I was just like, man, I relate to this so much.
Yeah.
So much relating. So that'll be really fun. And well, it's good times.
Tattoo
Yay.
roundup. Tattoo time.
Tattoo roundup.
Yeah, I don't.
Give us your tattoo questions. They're like,
Tell us your weirdest tattoo
Yeah,
idea.
tell us your crazy ideas.
come to us. Don't be shy.
Yeah,
We're always down for crazy ideas.
always down.
Yeah.
I mean, certain things will work better together, but crazy ideas will often work.
Yes.
It's
Because like
don't be
penguins
afraid.
in a spaceship isn't like necessarily
exactly.
nerdy pop culture stuff, but like just give
It's
us the
fun.
wacky.
But
It's
it's
fun.
an awesome idea. and
Yeah.
it's something that will be fun. So give us your ideas. We're happy.
Is there any like nerdy news?
Oh, yes.
New things coming out.
Yes. I was waiting on World of Warcraft that was supposed to come out on my birthday because I'm still in an abusive relationship with World of Warcraft.
You're either in or you're out, man.
Yeah, I
You're
mean-
in
Your
or you're
birthday
out.
is very soon.
Yeah, it's like, 2 weeks?
is it meant to come out?
It was supposed to come out on the 27th of October.
And then they had to push
But they
it back.
delayed it, which,
Rude.
I mean, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing, depending on most people who you listen to. It had lots of beta error, like issues, balancing issues, just general things that
Controversial
they
opinion.
should have done.
It's been a while since I've heard anything good.
Yeah, well, no,
Me too.
see, this is the thing. Like, the last expansion was not good.
Yeah.
It had its moments, but compared to lots of the older things, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Story-driven wise, it was very quick. And again, a lot of it, depending on who you ask and what you ask, a lot of it comes down to, I guess, the direction of Blizzard and what they're now being part of Activision, and a lot of people blame it as the less creative people taking over and more
Less
being in
outsourced
control
and
of being
more-
like, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
You need to pump these out in this amount of time.
Yeah.
It's all about bottom line. One of the big things lately is quite a few of the main creative people from old Blizzard have now broken away and made their own like gaming studios, smaller studios. So some of those are
Like
starting.
Rach Gaming's really taken off. Like even all the ones you can get on Switch now.
Yeah, independent
Some of
gaming on
those,
Switch.
some
yeah.
of those studios are going to pump out some crazy creative ideas. I mean, like they're the people that came up with the initial like games for World of Warcraft and WoW and things like that. But again, that's why people are kind of happy that it's been delayed, because hopefully it's not going to make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, I showed you guys a while ago the cinematics for the
and the
up-and-coming
cinematics
and
are
it's
always
one of those
beautiful.
things that
It's my favourite thing is watching World of Warcraft.
They create
cinematics.
some incredibly cinematic, and they, like cinematic games and things like that. But yeah, a lot of the stuff has come down to money and creative, and again, like I guess with lots of the gaming industry, people being sort of overworked and overused, and not sort of being appreciated, which I guess causes people to leave and less creativity to flow.
Appreciate your stuff.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully now it'll be sometime towards end of November if they get it out on time. Excitingly though, for depending on when this comes out, the pre-patch for the expansion that was delayed by a couple of weeks as well comes out tomorrow.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, so
the
you can
13th.
get all of your data
So
first,
everything but the Shadowlands actual zone, which is the
Right.
new zones
That's
with the
cool.
new leveling, will effectively come out tomorrow, which will be like the leveling squish, which means basically the numbers have got too high.
Yeah, that,
So
but that,
I
So
think-
it's been like
A common
quick,
WoW
hot
problem.
Minute,
Yeah.
hot minute since I
So
played
you,
WoW.
like now the max level is 120 and you're doing like 70, 80k damage and things. So they're dropping it down to like level 50 as the max at the moment. So everything will get squished, the numbers will get smaller. People who like seeing those big numbers will get upset. But it'll all balance out, and there was
Better gaming
and just some like lifestyle like ease changes. That they're making, that again, the things that have been already in Final Fantasy that I've been like, why aren't these things in WoW?
cool.
Although I
they're
think
sort of
Final
upgrading.
Fantasy 14's their top competitor.
Oh, it totally is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And as someone who plays both, a lot of the actual lifestyle and like ease of life things in Final Fantasy make things so much better.
Yeah.
I would be playing more Final Fantasy at the moment. The only problem that I have is I'm up to a raid section to continue my story, and
Yeah.
I can't do that while the baby's around because
yeah.
I can't. And
Those
being-
dungeons are long,
no,
man.
and being a tank, I can't step, like it's different, okay, if I'm trying to do one of the new, like the groups from the last
Yeah.
one where I can just use the NPCs, but when it comes to the raid where I have to actually go with people and I'm trying to tank, I obviously can't step away the moment a baby starts crying in the middle of a boss
Yeah.
fight and be like, sorry guys, I just gotta jump away.
See, I'm like waiting to play more 14 because I'm gonna have to buy a new PC soon for my Forever Fan stuff. So
Crank those graphics.
yeah.
and just like I'm at the point now because I'm like max level and like finish Shadowbringers and all of that stuff. But like now, I don't know what it's like for the other ones, but like being Dragoon, I have so many rotations and like a PlayStation controller, it just gets kind of hard layout wise.
You know, I
really
play mostly on PC
Yeah.
for Final Fantasy, and I find it so much easier.
Because you can't set up the hotbar with, like, you can only have one and then it's like your L2.
Yeah,
L2
yeah,
is your
exactly.
switch,
Triggers
kind
to
of, L1,
to
L1.
switch, and it makes it so much easier on a keyboard. You can keyboard to the PlayStation, but it is a mission.
so- I
You just need to get your
figure I'm
fancy
just gonna
game,
switch to
get your
PC,
fancy gaming keyboard. And, and honestly, you'll find the transition into I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of MMOs like MMORPGs on consoles because either they limit the amount of controls
They've got
to
access
match,
to,
so that you can only use it. Like one of the biggest ones I used to have a problem with was the DC superheroes one. I don't know if you ever. It's such the weirdest. Like it was super popular when it first came out. And you would think that it would be really cool because basically the premise of it was you picked your starting power set, so you could be a speedster, a super
cool.
strength. You could be like Batman with more like ninja type powers,
Or like equip stuff.
and so then you had your basic, it was like a tech hero basically, and you had that. But then they limited it to like 8 abilities, so you just had your arrows and your things. And then when you went to play it on a PC, they just kept it to that. So on a PC, you were just like button, 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 button.
It takes away all the fun.
And it had some really cool parts to it. But I think that for me is where it fell down. Especially when you do play things like WoW or Final Fantasy.
I think I just couldn't justify buying a PC just for Final Fantasy. So now that I need it to actually do video editing, I'm like, oh, okay, this is justified now. And yeah. But like with Final Fantasy, because it's like once you start one rotation, you have to keep another rotation going. And so when you're trying to switch and then let your cooldown, it's just so much harder on it.
I'm just waiting for those sweet news to come out for the next Final Fantasy.
I know,
'cause
that
there's
was on
talking
my
about it
news
already.
Yes, so
16.
nerdy news. 16.
But
The
there's also
trailer.
the new expansion for 14.
Yes,
there is.
there is.
And there's going to be 2 new jobs apparently. which
But then we just had Dancer. And,
and you just
Dancer and Gunblade.
swap, so,
Dancer and Gunblade, which means it's going to be
I still haven't tried Dancer yet.
Yeah.
Give us some time.
too busy dragooning
I know
around.
there's people that are already, like have multiple level 80
Oh, yeah.
characters. And But yeah, I'm just behind.
Oh.
But yeah, 16 looks dope. That was
16
on my
does look
news.
cool.
really cool.
And very 14-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're really steering into the whole crystal, like
Time travel.
time travel type
Dimensions.
things.
Yeah.
I mean, I know 14's gone very mech with its last, which is a weird transition for them, but
Well,
it's,
yeah, Mickey time travel.
Yeah, Mickey time travel.
Mech crystal time travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still pretty crazy.
Crystal Monarch, dude. So great.
I mean, 16 looks like it'll be pretty awesome to play. I mean, they haven't done anything really bad with the last.
No.
I mean, I know the 7 remake has its ups and downs.
I thought it was beautiful.
It was
was
stunning.
visually stunning.
Visually, you couldn't beat it. It was stunning, and I know, and I enjoyed playing through it.
Yeah,
and I know
same.
a lot of the complaints that people had were to do with changes that were made. I don't want to spoil
Yeah.
anyone who hasn't finished through it yet, but changes that were made to the overall story. But
Mainly
I mean,
the ending.
yeah, if you ignore
That part.
the first Final Fantasy as a game in itself, and you just take the new Final Fantasy then I think it's fine. But I don't think anything compared to the old Final Fantasy 7 is really going to be.
Nostalgia goggles.
Exactly,
You can't
exactly.
beat, you can't beat, because it's that time in your life where it's
Yeah.
like you were first discovering video games and
that
everything was
That
exciting.
was one of the first
Yeah.
real hard out video games I ever played.
Yeah.
Was Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Thanks to my cousin, who we were just in an EB Games, and he was like, "You should play this," and I got it, and then continued
It's
to play it
awesome.
just for weeks
For the
on
rest of
end.
your
Yeah. And I mean, I think anything kind of. I mean, that's why it's rated one of the best video games
It
of
is,
all time.
Yeah.
But I think if you take the remake as a standalone, that's pretty cool. And like you said, visually incredible.
beautiful. Yeah.
Although nostalgia goggles playing Crash 4 at the moment.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
And it's super cool. Like, I was like, what are you going to do with New Crash? Because the last one was Insanity Island, and it just was
Yeah.
weird, and I didn't really like it. I just didn't get into it. But this one is like, you still got the levels, all the changes. I'm like, I didn't think Crash could get better. Well, it turns out
It can.
Yeah.
It
And
looked very cool from the bits
really
that
cool.
I've seen of the trailers for it, and that's when you got it. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that looks
I have to bring it
looks
to a
very cool." Well, when we don't have COVID, people can
Yeah,
actually
people can
play
come in and,
the games that we play on the PlayStation in the front room. I mean, when people are allowed to touch them.
but yes, like if you are a Crash fan, and like that was one of the first games I ever played on PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's Crash Bandicoot 1. And
I was
like
up there
it
for
just is, the fourth one is super cool. And they're like, there's probably, like, you've got the islands, like in Crash 1. There's time travel-y, warpy stuff.
Do you only play as Crash?
No, you can play as Coco.
Oh, you can play as Coco
And
too.
there's,
there's another one.
character.
Oh, there's another character.
A thick bay.
Oh,
Yeah, new
Thick
Thick
Bandicoot
Bay.
Bay.
Yeah.
oh. Is his name Thick Bandicoot?
No, but I wouldn't search it on Pornhub. Because
Or
it
just
probably
even,
already
even
Yeah,
without
probably.
safe search. I just wouldn't
no,
risk it.
yeah, safe search on for that.
Yeah.
that one.
Well, that's
And
good.
there's new masks, so you can phase stuff,
Ooh,
which is really cool.
like just phase through stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of-
Or
that's
like
cool.
objects phase in and out, so you press triangle
Are they
and
part of
phase
the-
them, and then
Like part of the puzzles and things that you've got to
yeah.
do.
So
Oh,
like
nice.
part of like the strategy is like you've got to phase while jumping to get onto the next platform, or like phase through boxes and stuff.
That's
like
cool
that.
changes.
Yeah, super cool. And then that's just like kind of like the first one you come across, and then there's new ones as well, and super cool. And I am excited because I still haven't finished Ghost of Tsushima yet, but there is the co-op for that.
Yeah,
Have you
coming
collected
soon.
all the bandanas?
No, I'm only on like the sixth.
There's
I'm like
so
2 out of
much.
3. I'm like 2/3 through.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to take my time because it's so beautiful and so much fun.
Following those birds.
Yeah. But there's co-op, so you can play with like a group of 4
Oh, really?
and take down like Onis and shit.
Is it just going to be like arena type fight, or is it like
No,
story
it's
based?
a bit of both.
Yeah, a bit of both. So you like, but it's all like Japanese mythology, so
Yeah.
you like can fight
Go on, like,
demons
demon
and
hunts?
stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what that's going to look like.
There's a lot of cool, like it's that time of year again. It gets
Yeah.
to October and all the games start
New
to come
content.
out.
Coming
like,
soon.
Yeah, Cyberpunk. I was in JB Hi-Fi before, and I saw the pre-orders for that for November.
Yeah.
Did you see the Keanu Reeves?
I did.
Yes.
It's pretty fantastic.
I love him so much.
And then there's the new Assassin's Creed as well. The Viking Valhalla.
The Vikings look dope.
Yeah, I just want to be able to use, as long as I can use a big axe as an assassin, because I don't like.
You don't want to be a sneaky Viking. What's a sneaky Viking?
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's no
such thing as a sneaky.
Vikings weren't like sneaky.
No.
I have a big axe, and tiny axes come out of my wrists. Instead of tiny little blades, little axe, and you just
Stab,
chop people.
Yeah. Are you playing anything? There is Sailor Moon Eternal. It's an animated Sailor Moon movie, and the animation looks so pretty. It's been delayed till January next year.
Yes.
Is that the one you posted the pictures from on your
it's like
Instagram
Crystal,
the other day?
but
The animation looked cool.
the animation looks so
But
good.
it's a movie.
And it's a movie.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm really excited because I haven't, as I said before, sat around and watched stuff at the moment. So movies are really convenient. Really.
Crystal was so pretty.
Yeah.
Did you say it was like a interactive?
No, it's just a straight one. But I think because of COVID and all of that, they've had to delay it until next year as well. There's also, I think it probably counts as pop culture. There's a new BTS album next month.
Oh.
Very excited for that. It's going to be super cool.
Man, those guys work hard. I'm sure you were just like buying a new album.
We were, yeah.
They don't stop.
They don't stop.
Like,
Otherwise, just weekly podcast updates and stuff. No other kind of nerdy fandom.
there is, before I forget, a interactive DC movie coming up. Like an actual and it's the red mask one for Batman.
Yes, yeah.
And you get to choose like whether it's back to the old comic books because back when they were going to decide whether Robin died or not, and they let people who are reading the comics decide whether Jason Todd would die or not.
Yeah.
So now in the interactive one, you will get pop-ups for whether Batman saves him, Robin dies, or Robin is horribly injured, and then there's the next section will be like, does Batman get there in time? Does Batman not get there in time?
That's really cool.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure when that comes out. I just saw the trailer for it the other day, and I was like, interactive movies. I'm
cool.
down for interactive movies.
Yeah. Awesome. That's so cool. We also get new Inuyasha.
Oh, yes, we do hit new Inuyasha. That sounds so interesting. I'm so happy it's not a remake, that it's a completely different series. Yeah, completely different story.
Rock's reading the manga for Inuyasha at the moment, and I'm like, man, it's been so long. There's so much I've kind of like forgotten with those like 90s animes.
Skimmed over, yeah.
But yeah, there's still like a lot of it that I still remember, and I was watching some a while ago, just drawing and stuff, and I'm so excited for the new thing.
Yeah, it's
The new.
It's about their kids, and there's like time travel involved, and so you get like modern day stuff, but you also get the same kind of demon hunter-y vibe, and amnesia's an element in there, and it all sounds great.
Pretty sure Demon Slayer movie's out.
Demon Slayer movie's out very soon. Yeah,
I've been seeing things about it.
Yeah.
Very excited.
It's bittersweet though, because it's probably not going to get anything after that, but
yeah. But I'm just going to read the manga.
Yeah, me too.
I've seen too much that makes me want
to continue with it.
Want to know more.
Yes.
Give us more.
What else we got?
Content. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I suppose, even though we're not going to be there, there's the Armageddon
is coming
going ahead.
Or has been,
in some degree,
when this comes out.
Hopefully it'll be out within the next week, so it should be before it starts. But we're not at Armageddon this year. And if we do miss it, and you have been, and we weren't there, we weren't at Armageddon this year.
Where are you guys?
Tossing up with the going out of curiosity maybe on the Monday, because been looking at the Artist Alley posts, and there's heaps of really cool independent artists who are still able to go this year, and
I feel like the good thing is going to be with lots of cosplayers. There's going to be lots of masks, so it's going to be one of the safer places for covered faces.
Yeah,
that's true.
I feel like just put my rabbit mask on and
Yeah, it sucks that we're not doing Armageddon anymore, but it is a really big expense.
huge.
yes.
And we loved it. We really did love it. It was great. It was.
But then last year we were in Korea.
Yeah.
Which is why we didn't do it.
And we did Overload.
Yeah. And
which
this year was
awesome.
like Adam's having babies. We just can't
Well, we
commit.
were supposed to do Overload, but
And
that was
COVID, yeah.
postponed.
So I definitely want to do Overload again when it comes when it's back on. And I guess we take it year by year as to Armageddon.
Or even just more flash days. It's just easier for us to kind of coordinate everyone at the shop, and we can still do something with the weekends that everyone's travelled up for.
We like being homebodies, which includes
do.
the studio.
Yes.
I think also like it's hard because as much as you like doing those big shows and stuff, like you
it's
want people
killer.
to have a good experience too. And sometimes I'm like, I can't concentrate on you and your tattoo when you have a million people asking questions over the table.
It's
all the time.
probably our biggest weekend, like
Yeah.
our biggest work. Like I'm always dead after Armageddon. Like
It's super fun because you're like adrenaline keeps you going.
Yeah, and then
Adrenaline
on the
and-
Tuesday you crash.
adrenaline and coffee. Is
Yeah.
the only thing that keeps us going. And then that's when we started learning to take the day off.
Yes,
After
the following day, not just go straight into working on Tuesdays.
That was death.
It was.
It's always fun kind of making like a mini shop too. You're like, this is a mini
Oh yeah.
it is.
totally.
It's like a tiny studio.
But then just come and see the real thing because like it's way more.
Set up nice and comfy.
It
and
is.
have our own
I
spaces.
forget because like I had some dudes come in last week for a consult and they were like, "Holy shit! Like this place is so dope," and you like just kind of forget how much
because you're here
stuff we
every
have.
day. Yeah.
No, if you ever want to remember how much stuff we have, just think about if we have to move shop. And that quickly reminds you how much stuff we have when you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come look at the hoarders.
Yes.
We basically started the shop because we had too much stuff for our homes.
Yeah.
And we needed a place to display all of our stuff and then basically convince other people to buy stuff that is
Yeah.
also collectibles.
And now it's also like a great excuse to buy more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us even.
And for those of you that have been, you know, obviously how filled our cabinets are with our own stuff, as well as stuff that you can buy, like pop vinyls and things like that. And for those that haven't been, you're welcome to come and check it out sometime when you have a consult with us and have a look around. We
Especially at level 1, we're
Yeah.
allowing one person to attend, like a support person
Yeah.
for appointments now.
If you haven't seen that, that's we're private studio,
Yep.
and you do have to have an appointment to come and see us. But yeah, you can bring a support person with you at level 1. Hopefully, we stay at level 1 or below.
Fingers crossed.
For the foreseeable future. It does make it a lot easier than level 2 when you guys have to come by yourselves. We always like meeting people that are coming with you too.
Interested, yeah.
They always have some fun stories to tell
I
us.
think it's hard because like we made the shop to be our home away from home, and it totally is that, and everyone feels super comfortable here. And then like we want to meet everyone and like want to have people come in, but then also it takes away from the people who are paying for our time and
Yeah,
our
totally.
concentration on the tattoos we're doing. So like when we went into COVID and like lockdown and level 3 and 2 and stuff, it was like, okay, private studio for the regulations, and then now it's just kind of benefited us all
It really, really has.
It's really nice to be able to give you full attention without having to worry about stopping to talk to someone that's come in, because we want to give everyone our attention. But yeah, obviously if we have to split our attention between people,
It also means that we all can manage our own workloads. A lot
Yeah, we
easier.
have changed how we kind of manage our own personal bookings now as well.
But I think I'd rather people be talking directly to us instead of like feeling like they have to go through
a middle
a
person.
desk or
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we do still you can still talk to the shop, and that was the email. In case
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
Here's the mail.
But I mean, you can still message the shop directly. You can still email us to the shop rather than individual artists, and generally we will just point you guys in the direction of the best artist, one of us, whoever we feel is going to do
If
the
it's
best
none
job.
of us here,
Then we have
we-
heaps of shops and friends
people,
who we can highly recommend.
We have lots of friends, and these two are both.
Yes.
Alex is married to Brock, if you don't
Spouse,
know, who
yeah.
who owns Till Death Tattoo over in the city in Newmarket.
Yeah.
Who has lots of awesome artists there too, who we recommend if we are not going to do the right job.
Include, one of those awesome artists is
Is
my
Rachel's
boyfriend.
partner,
Yeah.
So we definitely know people, and if not, then there's also other studios on the shore that we would happily send
You
you
deserve
guys
the
to.
best tattoo.
Exactly. If we're not
will-
going to do it for you,
yeah.
we'll send you to the right place. But hopefully we can do it for you.
Are we going to go on to maybe some Instagram questions if we have
Yes.
them?
Do we have some?
Do we have Instagram questions? We
I have people asking what's the project, but I feel like there's no point talking about that while we're recording it. And then there's a question.
This is the project.
This is the project.
Those are
Okay.
this is the project.
If we're going to the Wellington Tattoo Convention, no, unfortunately this year we're not going to the Wellington Tattoo Convention. I don't think we're 100% sure with COVID and everything. And obviously we've all had very busy schedules this year with having to reschedule everyone. So conventions are kind of put on hold for now.
It's a big trip
Me and
for us.
Alex are attending the Christchurch Tattoo Convention in January. So if you're listening from down south or wanting to travel, then I'll be opening my books for that the end of this month. So yeah, you can get in touch for
It's
that
our first
one.
convention.
That'll be our first convention post-COVID. Again, fingers crossed that
We stay.
we stay at those levels and everyone feels safe and
But I
comfortable.
think like also because like all our plans for like traveling got postponed, and then it was like, okay, well, like conventions are just a no-go, and
Yeah.
then like we didn't know how good or bad we were gonna do
No.
as a country or as a world.
or even on a small scale as a business.
As a business, yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was all a bit up in the air. So we tried to be like non-committal, but still positive.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like coming into the future, maybe more pre-booked flash days, more conventions when it's safe to do so.
Pre-booked flash days are awesome.
They are great. We know you guys, there's an excitement about like waiting and getting to pick your design, but we still feel like, you can have that excitement online, and it also just means that you're not waiting around the whole day, and, it's just a bit more organized for us.
And some people can wait like 12 odd hours
Yes,
from the morning
yeah.
to the end of the day to get a flash tattoo, which is cool if you're happy to do that. But a lot of the time we feel bad. People have been having to stand around or wait
Yeah.
for, even though we
for
we
all
have
day.
PlayStation and things like that, it's a long time.
Yes.
And we just we found that by pre-booking those flash ones, you guys don't have to wait as long. We can give you times. You can still come hang out beforehand
Yeah.
if you want to. But it just sort of makes the day more manageable,
More-
I
yeah,
guess,
exactly.
for
Way more
everyone,
manageable.
less stressful.
I posted on my Instagram too, but it's only
not
giving me
loading.
Jimin, and like
It's only giving you Jim.
Instagram
only
is
giving
just
me what I
filled
want.
with Jimin.
I did a really wholesome thing the other day, and
Okay.
I'm gonna bring that up because I feel like it. Another thing that just like warmed my heart, and I was like,
Or just like a
you know
question
what?
thing,
Like,
maybe?
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So like after the first night of BTS, and I was super feelsy, and I couldn't sleep, and I was like, oh my god,
Emotions.
Yeah, emotions. And I was thinking about next year because Aaron was talking about like making your new path, like
Yeah.
with the new, and yeah, it was super great. And so I was thinking about next year, and I was like, like what can we do that's gonna like make people happy, like in the
Yeah,
year?
a
Like,
little
what do they
contribution
want?
to the
Yeah.
world.
Look outward instead of inward kind of thing. But super wholesome one I got was a geeky tattooed singles night.
Oh,
And I was like,
good
you
idea.
know what? We have so many clients that would be great friends.
Yes.
Like not even
Not
date
not a
worthy.
date, yeah. It
Like,
doesn't have to be a singles
there's a
night.
lot of times when we're talking and we're like, well, we should. These two people should really know each other
Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
know them, and we're like, they would get on so.
or even
well.
like
wow.
all our clients that play like 14. Oh wow.
Yes.
Or like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like
Group
super
events,
cool.
yeah. And
Yeah.
even though it might be, slightly difficult to do in person at the moment, I don't know, maybe we could look into alternative ways of like forming a community where you can,
totally.
That's why I thought like
connect.
Discord is really
Yeah,
good.
Discord.
Discord
make
would be
it
cool. Discord
Discord
chat.
where like you guys can all come and chat with us and hang out and like chat to other people that come and get tattooed here, and because like everyone walks in with the same interests in
Yeah,
one way
yeah.
or another, like whether it's anime or comics or just kawaii cute shit.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's the great thing about technology during this time is that we can still connect to each other. And
Yeah.
if that's, like a silver lining that us and all of our clients can get out of it is, making new connections, meeting new people and having those interests. It'll be really cool. Tell
good.
us what you think if that's
yeah, if you guys think a Discord would be a good idea. Somebody did say that they'd like Discord would be dope.
Yeah.
But I feel like Discord is kind of daunting to people who haven't used it
It's
before.
so confusing. I have tried
It's
for a
so
day.
simple.
I know. It's like the Reddit thing where I see it and my brain's like, oh, there's a lot of options.
Yeah. But then once I think I was overthinking it.
Yeah,
for some
I
reason.
think that's my problem.
And then I like got on. I was like, oh, these are just all like sub channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is easy.
Yeah.
And then you just click and type, and it's super cool. And yeah, I think that'd be a cool way to do like a
community
thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, meet people that also, because like Tinder, man.
No.
I'm so glad I'm
We're
married.
so all lucky
Same.
that we don't have
to
to,
deal with
navigate the dating world in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like not even for just a dating thing, but also just as like a friendship thing.
even as, as a nerdy introvert, which a lot of our clients,
Robbie is your other best
can
friend?
be,
Correct.
is the concept
Campaign
of just
partners.
making platonic friends who have the same interests as you can be really hard. I saw a great meme and it was, sad guy looking out the window and it's like, I think it was Sad Jerry from Rick and Morty. And it's like when you see someone who likes the same stuff as you online and
I've
you
seen
want to
that
be their
one.
friend.
Yeah.
And it's
Break down those walls.
break down those walls.
And hey, like, I've been tattooed by Alex. Oh, I've been tattooed by Adam. Oh, I've been tattooed by Rach.
Yeah.
Like, cool. Share your tattoos. And
Yeah.
I thought it would be kind of a cool place to also post like flash and stuff for people within the community, so you get like first dibs on things and like there'd be some perks and
Yeah.
Discord,
And maybe like personal stories from us, like getting to talk to us like outside of work or ask us specific questions might be really cool. Lots of cat photos from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm part of a Discord and there is literally a pet group, like a pet channel.
Within the
And you just
yeah.
leave us questions that we can answer on next podcast. and
Yes,
things like
yeah.
that.
Especially because
Really
Instagram, I don't know, social media is hard to deal with.
I thought I had
for us.
saved a bunch of questions, but I didn't.
No, it's all good.
It's all good. Yeah, but yeah,
That's really
that was like
yep.
a cool thing that somebody had kind of brought up when I was just asking out loud. But yeah, it would be super cool. So tell us what you think about that.
Yeah, I guess it's like a positive note to end on, really. Like
Yeah,
a highlight.
Because we literally have the best clients.
Yeah.
Like, it just...
That was Alex.
It'd be
Alex posting.
Yeah.
it'd be a
I will cut
shame
that
to, kind of like not form a community at this point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is why we decided to do this, because we...
I think we also just underestimated like how cool our clients would be and then they'd all kind of become friends.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like we talk to everyone so much every day. And, it's nice. There's so many times where I'm like, that person would definitely get on and talk to this person and this person. And they all get on with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And we all get on together.
And I say some
Yeah.
terrible things.
Exactly.
So like,
Like, I don't want to hang out with me. So I'm but other people
on a good day, maybe.
maybe on a good day.
unless we're all like super wrong and they're just I have to put up with them.
You
while
mean
I get this
Saturdays?
tattoo.
Yeah,
Just
just
Saturdays
Saturdays.
in
So
general.
sorry for this
Even
Saturday.
Rach on
I was out of
Saturday.
control on
I
Saturday.
was so tired and
It's been a while though since we've had a Saturday where Rach has had to put her head in her hands and be
Yeah.
like, Saturdays.
to be fair though, I think it's because it felt like to me our first real week, like full week back, where everything was happening and I don't know. That's where good vibes
Yeah,
this
it was
week.
real good.
It was a good, yeah.
If anyone doesn't know about Saturdays, the thing with Saturdays is it's the last
It's
day of
our,
the
it's our
week.
last
I
working
think
day.
maybe because we've cut down a bit too on the amount that we're working. Not
Yeah.
you this week, crazy working lady.
Yeah.
But in general, for those of you who don't know, with COVID and stuff like that, we had to mix up our days to make sure people could get in, and we weren't crossing any like capacities for people and things
Yeah.
like that. But we also decided, just have a bit of a balance in our work life, so we got to spend more time with our partners
Families,
and
hobbies,
families and
yeah.
friends and things, and doing the things that we enjoy outside of tattooing. We decided to keep our days a bit more cut down, so we don't go kind of as crazy by the
Yeah.
time it gets to Saturday.
Yeah.
But as tattooists, you spend a lot of time inside your own head,
Yes.
and you spend a lot of time just listening.
Or one on one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting when you're sitting there, and then by the time it gets to a Saturday, and you've sort of
You're
had,
sick of your own head.
yeah, you've had
and everything comes out.
You just sort
The
of
filter
let
comes
it go, and it's nothing bad. It's just weird. Tattooists just get weird at the
There
end
has
of the
been
week.
jokes about putting a whiteboard of shit I say on a Saturday.
Oh yeah,
Oh yes, yeah.
yeah.
Or I heard this is really
Like,
cool
if I-
internet game. Yeah.
If I was his sister, I'd be so sad.
Alex and I got to one Saturday to a conversation about a completely non-factual post-apocalyptic world, and how much would it take for her to give up my babies.
Yeah.
Like, that was just where we were at.
It started
With The Last of
It
Us.
started with The
Yeah.
Last of Us, but
But
it
that's
got
how
to
fast it goes.
if you were the godparents of babies, how quickly would you give them up? And that's just Saturday. that's just a Saturday
just a
conversation.
Like, all
And
I'm
then-
saying is like
quickly,
I said a lot.
quickly is the
Yeah, you
answer.
did.
Quickly is
That's
the
all-
answer.
that's the
Summarize
summary.
that.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is the summary.
That is the answer. And then this week it was just constantly suggesting stupid names for Rachel's
My
cats.
cat. Yeah.
and before that was the shit shop names.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
I'm also still voting for Emma Sadot.
That's not what my cat's gonna be called.
Come on.
Jobin.
Jobin.
I would rather
Is that?
All right.
This
I feel like
I
you
feel like
probably
it's just going
listen
to be
to
shit
us.
talking from now
Yeah,
on.
It
I feel like
is.
You've probably listened to us talk enough. Maybe if you, in the future, if you guys enjoy listening to us shit talk,
Yes.
we can keep more unedited versions of this. But yeah, if you guys are like, hey, we actually like listening to you
Make it so
Banter.
long,
shit.
we're just like talking them to sleep.
Oh, dude, this could become an evening sleep talk podcast.
I listen to podcasts when I fall asleep.
I listen to sleep podcasts
It's
a
so
lot.
nice.
Some of the voices are really creepy. You have to be
Yeah.
very particular about which voices
And
you
accents.
listen
Or we can
to.
just be like, looks like it's dinner time. What are we having for dinner? And then it's like, you're just listening to us while you have your dinner.
Yeah, well, you were eating before
I
we
was,
started
yeah.
recording.
Yeah, that's
because again, tattooist didn't get a lunch break, so she was trying to eat just
Well,
before
dinner,
we
like
started
lunch
recording.
at 4 p.m.
Yeah, at 4 p.m. lunch life.
I love no dinner.
And this is how Saturdays start, just in case you had. In case you
We're
weren't
just
sure.
tired because we stayed up till
dude.
like 2 a.m. watching BTS and
I said so many inappropriate things. I'm so sorry to Rach.
No.
Oh yeah, if you ever hear on if you ever hear on a BTS day, you're gonna.
Please don't bring your children.
Alex's poor husband.
I don't need COVID test. I need rabies.
Wow. Will that make it into the podcast?
Well, we don't know.
You
No,
guys-
start it with the worst thing I said.
Yeah.
And then everyone can turn off.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be. That's gonna be the intro. Is you gonna be?
I don't need COVID test. I need rabies.
It's not COVID. I've got rabies, and that is gonna be our intro. And then you're gonna be like, you're gonna have to listen to figure out why Alex said that in the first place.
Why has Alex gone feral? Let's
Yeah,
find out.
let's
And
Yeah.
nothing's explained.
Nothing.
Thanks for tuning into the podcast. I will see you there. I will see you another time. So yeah, that is
That's us.
us. Yeah.
That's us.
Latest on the menge. What did I just say?